Oh, hello, hello, hello. Uh, right for a nap. This is just a test video because I need to see if it's going to uh, cut me off during the live stream. So I'm just going to play
With
this.
that. And the reason I'm asking this for the listeners and viewers is I think everyone
about $30 million of raising capital over the last year for causes. I'm activating spaces now with, greatness factories. And so my primary skill is activation. When Colvin wrote a book, it's a very underrated book, but it was a great book called Talent is Overrated. And he makes the argument in the book that it's not the most talented people. It's not like these people were born more talented than us. They just actually found their talent earlier in life, and they had a longer cycle of practice in that skill. So this is why I'm so fascinated right now at this point in my life by helping a person find their primary skill. Mine is activation. And so, I would put my money any day on the people who get up and move and circulate and have better attitudes. They're always going to outperform. They always have coaching. They're always interested. They're always alert, curious, and responsive. Okay. But it's not all of it. Okay. I know people right now who are alert, they're curious, they're responsive, but they're not skilled. And if you said what's really missing in today's world is skill. Skill level is missing. Specialization is missing. Working a muscle for years to where you're a true expert at something is missing. So it's like personality is using to get people in the door. Skill kind of keeps them in the room. And what I see is a real deficiency of skill. So there's a lot of average coaches, obviously, because they're not that skilled. They've never won anything. They've never created anything. And so they really haven't gone through it to be able to coach other people on it. And so I look for, are they alert? Are they curious? Are they responsive? Are they humble? Are they hungry? Are they teachable? Do they have a strong need for achievement? Do they have a deep desire to want to play at a higher frequency? Right? Are they interested in not only their potential, but in the potential of other people? So I always say within 15 seconds, when you present an idea to another person, if I called you on the phone, Alan, and we were talking, I would know within the first 15 seconds.
When did you first start coaching businesses? Was it in the
about 2008, during the recession of 08, was when I actually started this business.
Okay, nice. What have you seen in the mentality shift? I mean, because after 08, there was, and then 2014, 2015, 2016 were big economy years. Have you seen an increase or decrease in complacency overall, as particularly in the different generations? Can you talk a little bit about different generations and what you've noticed in terms of mentality?
I think the U.S. is a nation of complacency. I think there's more complacency, apathy, atrophy of muscle. I think there's than ever. I think people are lazier. I think people are less inclined to pursue a goal.
One of the first, maybe the last, we'll see. Okay, so first question for you is, tell us a little bit about your background, because one of the things I respect deeply about Coach Michael Burt is that he started from very, very humble beginnings. And to me, I think the word potential means a lot to you and myself. I watch a lot of your content, and all my listeners know that the word potential, helping people reach their full potential, is literally my favorite thing in the entire world. I care about your success first, feelings second. Success first, fulfillment second, feelings third. Coach Michael Burt is very direct in his speeches. He tells you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. And I respect that deeply. So take us back. It's not just the message, it's the messenger. Take us back to the humble beginnings.
Well, you talk about that word potential, and to me that means an idea of kinetic energy that is stored until activated, right? It's an idea of embryonic growth that will be better today than we were yesterday, that will never stop getting better, but typically something has to activate that. And for me, I was raised by a single mom in a really small town in Tennessee. She worked 2 and 3 jobs to make sure we never wanted for anything, me and my younger brother, and she consistently took me down to the baseball field and gyms where I just fell in love with sports. But more importantly, I fell in love with coaches. And I watched and observed as a young kid how coaches helped people steward that potential, activate that potential. And so it was no surprise that early on in my life, pretty much all of my life, I heard you're going to be a great coach.
My speech is, success is nothing without the people that really know you and that can understand like what you've been through. Now that gamble is one that I was willing to live with. And my lesson to all that are watching or that will watch is some people frown upon gambling. Life without a gamble is a weird thing, man. Because that's acting as if you know. You don't know. You don't know what the fuck will work. You don't know what your future will be. You don't have the answers. So sometimes a gamble is the best way to define what will be you or ultimately become the best version of you. I'm an example of gambles, good and bad. I've won and I've lost. But there's no bigger win than the win of choice. I made the right choice, and the right choice led me to the right fucking household. My wife, my kids, my foundation. I can't do what I do without the right foundation. So
75 years. That's how much time you get if you're lucky. 75 years, 75 winters, 75 springtimes, 75 summers, and 75 autumns. When you look at it like that, it's not a lot of time, is it? Don't waste them. Get your head out of the rat race and forget about the superficial things that preoccupy your existence and get back to what's important now. Right now, this very second. And I'm not saying drop everything and let the world come to a grinding halt. I'm saying that you can become a seeker. You can be loving more. You can be taking some chances. You can be living more. You can be spending more time with your family. You can be getting in touch with the part of you that lives instead of fears, the part of you that loves instead of hates.
In my quest to be somebody else like John Hughes, to have the career of a John Hughes, I wound up having the career of a Kevin Smith, which to me is like, whatever. But oddly enough, there are a bunch of people that are like, I'll kill to have your career. And that's really weird and wonderful. So anytime you get a chance to sit down and talk to those cats, you just want to remind them, hey, you can have this career, man. Like, I backed into it and lucked into it in a lot of places, but most of it is just persistence and willingness to try stupid shit. A lot of people don't want to try things that might not work. You know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to try the sure thing. And there is no such thing as the sure thing. And if you're looking at somebody else's work to try to gauge your own, as I have for years, you will constantly feel like a failure. Instead, concentrate on telling your story. Like, this is the thing I'm real big on. Your voice is your only currency in this life. That's all you got. The things you see and perceive, the prism through which you process all the information that you take in, that's it. You're the most unique supercomputer on the planet, unique from everybody else. That perspective is valuable, insanely valuable, because nobody else can give it but you. And that's why it's always better to shoot weird, or shoot different, or shoot original, as opposed to shoot what works, like, or go for a successful model, or, as I've tried to do, try to be John Hughes or something like that. You'll never succeed that way. If you try using your own voice, you try expressing your own thoughts that nobody else can do, that's your best shot at success. Because that's the thing that you bring to the table that nobody else can bring. And if you're timing...
The world might say you are not allowed to yet. I waited a long time out in the world before I gave myself permission to fail. Please, don't even bother asking. Don't bother telling the world you are ready. Show it. Do it. What did Beckett say? Ever tried, ever failed, no matter. Try again, fail again, fail better. Bennington class of 2012. The world is yours. Treat everyone kindly and light up the night.
It's been 16 years. 16 years later, this college asked me to come back here and stand where Lincoln and so many qualified people stood. I don't know. Maybe I'm your one stupid thing. So I want to thank you for this honor. I'd like to thank Ivan Davidson and Liz Metz and Bob Whitlatch for changing my life in a real, tangible way. It's time for me to go home now, to my home in Slovenia. a beautiful country in once communist Europe. So before I leave you today, I say, be stupid. Just once, often, unapologetically, and deliberately. What's the worst thing that could happen? Somebody will call you stupid. Somebody will tell you that your whole life is a joke. I'm saying you should be that somebody. I'm saying you should own it. And on the day when your life flashes before your eyes, be it on your deathbed or just creepily every day on Instagram, you'll be laughing. And laughter is courage. That's all I know how to tell you. I have no wisdom. I'm a comedian. I just want to see you laugh some more. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2018. My name is Veer Das. All the best. Have a wonderful future, guys. So here's the question. How do you be stupid? By doing what we just did, by taking 20 seconds before you enter a situation to consider what is ridiculous about it and laughing. And letting that courage, because that's all laughter is, it's courage leading you to do one stupid thing. Now I know what you're thinking. Veer, this doesn't sound realistic. But I submit to you that neither is life. Life is not realistic. Life is bold and painful and ecstatic and overwhelming. Why are you trying to cope with that with tepid emotions in your pocket? You're a beast. Be dramatic, be bold, but first be stupid.
Hey there, Whimsy fans. We wanted to take a...
Okay, so it says I got like, I think one's Kelly. So I wanted to play. Well, I got nobody. So I say her name, she leaves me. If you go back and listen to this, I just wanted to play part of that. I just want to make sure. In the past, I played videos and they cut the feed. But today I want to do a compare and contrast. So I just wanted to see if they would cut me off or not, if we would accept the audio. Now I know on the back end, I think it's going to flag me for copyright, but which is fine. I can take that. I just don't want to lose it on the feed. So hey, thanks for hanging out. I'm just trying to figure out now. Do I go back and forth? Coach Michael, celebrity, Coach Michael, celebrity, Coach Michael, celebrity, or if I just do all Coach Michael, all celebrity. I think I'll probably go that route and then just talk in between them and then just compare it on the back end of being like, Coach Michael thought, Coach Michael thought, Coach Michael thought, and then I'll just play all of them, all of the celebrity ones. So that way you already hear my take on Coach, and then you'll hear the complete difference, and I'll talk about them all together, I think. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. But hey, thanks for hanging out.